And welcome to episode 92 of Movies and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Marcus.
And this is a review show that reviews genre movies from the beginning, sometimes. Today, we are going to cover the 2013 release of Justice League, the Flashpoint Paradox. First thing right off the bat, why is this a Justice League movie?
Because there's like a brief moment of the Justice League people in it.
This movie is clearly a Flash movie. Why isn't this called The Flash?
Because the Justice League sells, and the Flash is like a secondary player. I don't know. I thought the same thing.
Because this is clearly a Flash story.
Yes.
Like, the original comic is called the Flashpoint Paradox. It's not called the Justice League, the Flashpoint Paradox.
Well, I guess they figured since all the characters are going to be in it, whether there's main or minor characters, they might as well call it that and profit off of that. Maybe it's legality-wise, animated-wise. And animated movies, like if you include at least 3 of the members, it's going to be called Justice League. I don't know. I have no idea.
I just thought it was a cheap gimmick put in there to try and get people to buy it. Anyway. Moving on. This movie was directed by J. Olivia. Written by Jim Krieg. It is produced by James Tucker. It is starring Justin Chambers, who is from Grey's Anatomy, I believe.
Ew. Yeah, he is.
Him and Kevin McKidd are both Grey's Anatomy guys.
Ew. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Jason Chambers, C. Thomas Hale, Kevin Conroy, Kevin McKidd, who I mentioned, Michael B. Jordan,
who is The Flash.
No.
An upcoming review of Fantastic.
What?
Fantastic Four.
Oh, I was like, he's not the Flash in this, though.
No, I said that's not the Flash. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm so sorry. He's the Human Torch. My bad.
No, he's Cyborg in this. Anyway, Michael B. Jordan, D. Bradley Baker, Steve Blum, Sam Daly as Superman. He's also reprising his role from the animated series, just like Kevin Conroy. Dana Delaney, Carrie Elways?
That's what I say, yeah. Yeah.
Nathan Fillion, Gray Delisle Griffin, Jennifer Hale, famous voice actress. Danny Houston, Danny Jacobs, Peter Jessup, Lex Lang. That's a made-up name.
Well, I'd be on him made up.
Yeah, but they literally just put Lex Luthor and Lana Lang together there.
Lex Lang, American voice actor and video director who was provided voices and served as a director for a number of animations and video games. He's best known for his voicing Dr. Neo Cortex in the Crash Bandicoot series. And Goemon is and Lupin the Third.
Guilliman.
What? Yeah, that character. Yeah,
from Lupin the Third.
No, that's his real name. That's just a stage name, I guess.
What, Lex Lang?
Yeah.
I was just making fun of the name.
Okay. I
wasn't being serious. No.
Okay.
Lex Lang, Vanessa Marshall, Candy Milo, Ron Perlman. Apparently.
No, what did he play?
He was Deathstroke.
Okay.
Kevin Michael Richardson, Andrea Romano, James Patrick Stewart, and Hinden Watch. Yep, those are the credits.
She voiced Starfire in Teen Titans.
Makes sense. This movie somehow made $33 million.
Where'd you see that at?
Sales. The film earned $33,504,083 from domestic home video sales.
With that coming in, let's do the box office, I guess.
I'm waiting.
Well, I'm at the $33 million mark, and obviously it's not on here because it was a theatrical release. So I'm looking at movies to talk about in this area, and how am I doing this? Let's go up here.
What's the matter with what was the matter?
It's like nothing. Okay, like 32 million.
Wait, just give us the range. What number range is it?
So if it were to be released with $33 million, that places at 155.
Okay.
Yeah. So like at $32,900,000 at 155 is Inside Llewyn Davis, which I think we talked about before, but I don't recall. Maybe not. And then on top of that, at $34 million, it's a movie called Broken City.
Okay.
It's a movie I heard of and never seen, so I can't really banter about.
All right, so you go ahead, go do what you're gonna do.
That's it. I mean, because I think next week we're doing another movie at the top of the box office. So
just keep in mind, this is the last 2013 one that isn't going to be in the top 10.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
So if you might as well just pick somewhere in the random middle.
Why you encourage me to do the box office? You usually hate this.
Because it's expected at this point.
A lot of things expected from us. We don't usually capitalize on it. Pick a number, I guess, TJ.
Do 50 to 40.
At number 50. We did this before. We did this one.
Okay, then do 40 to 30.
We did this one too.
There's no way.
Yeah, the White House. Remember
30
White House Down and all that shit we talked
30
about?
to 20 then.
I think we can do this. We can do this. Okay, yeah. At number... no, we did 20.
Yeah, we did 20.
Let's fuck it. Let's do 30. At number 30, a movie called The Lone Ranger.
Why can't I remember his name?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp movie, yes.
Yeah. Playing a Native American, so that guy was problematic at the time. That made $260 million.
Never saw it.
Neither did I. Actually, I saw some of it. It was boring. At number 29, a movie called Epic.
No idea.
Epic. It's an animated movie. It made $268 million. At number 28, another animated movie, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Part 2.
Never saw them.
The first one's chuckle-worthy.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I actually own the movie Cloudy with a Side of Meatballs, but on a UMD.
What's a UMD? That's not something. What's a UMD?
A UMD is a movie for the PlayStation Portable handheld.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So I have that movie on a UMD somewhere.
Do you even have a PSP?
Yeah, I have it sitting over there somewhere.
Oh, fascinating.
So
I have one too, and I only used it for movies, and that's like, this is a gimmick I don't need in my life.
So that was my note for that one anyway.
That's nice. That made $274 million. At number 27, another animated movie, Turbo. It's about a fast dog. I think Miley Cyrus is in this one.
When you said Turbo, what my thought came?
I'm sorry,
to?
Fast Snail. Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. I was like,
that one. Yeah.
You said a fast dog, and I'm like, oh, I thought it was a fast snail.
No, because the fast dog one it might be lightning or something. But yeah, Turbo's the fast snail. How do you know about that?
I just know there was a fast snail. I must have seen. Must have seen a preview of it or something.
Holy crap! That made.
But I think the dog one I think you were talking about is Bolt.
Wow, TJ, look at you coming off the gates this week of movie knowledge.
Well, I know how I know Bolt.
How?
Because the year that came out, I went on a trip with my niece, and we watched Little Nemo and Bolt all the way down to Florida. And she didn't let me finish either movie. I did not see the ending to either of those movies.
Did it drive you crazy? You had to watch them later?
I still haven't seen the endings to either Bolt or Little Nemo.
That's adorable. That's a cute story, TJ.
So that's why
my mind.
That's why I know Bolt and Little Nemo.
And apparently you know Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball. The fact that you know these children movies but don't know probably the next one I'm about to talk about.
I've seen every 2D animated Walt Disney movie.
Animated movies are good.
From Snow White to Princess and the Frog.
Have you seen Coco? You haven't seen Coco then, have you?
Coco's not 2D.
Princess and the Frog isn't 2D. It's 2D, you're right. Classic movies, man. Okay, at number 26, a Matt Damon movie called Elysium.
Nope, never saw it.
Yep, she told you. That made $286 million. It's like a not post-apocalyptic. It's a futuristic, rich versus poor kind of movie. Right on the nose. At number 25, a Tom Cruise movie. Futuristic movie called Oblivion.
Nope.
It's also made $286 million and some change. At number 24, it's a movie. It's a sequel to a series. I enjoyed it when I was younger. It's okay. A Good Day to Die Hard.
I seen the first 2 Die Hards.
Watch the third one to call it a day.
But that is it.
Yeah, this is the fourth one.
I haven't.
A fifth one. I'm sorry, a fifth one.
I think Die Hard 2 released in the 80s somewhere, right?
No. Yeah, because at least the third one has to be 90s, because that feels like very 90s.
Oh, God, I don't think if I've seen a Die Hard movie outside of 1980s.
The first one come out then?
I thought it was early 80. I want to say 84, 85, but I could be wrong. It might be 89, honestly.
So Die Hard, the first one came out 88.
Oh,
Die Hard 2 came out 90.
Oh, okay. So it's right on that brink. It's right on that brink.
Yeah. Die Hard 3 came out 95. Die Hard, you gotta watch a good.
Technically, the 80s movies didn't die until 1993, so.
No, you're right.
Okay.
At number 23, The Conjuring.
That is a horror movie, correct?
Yeah.
Haunted house? Ghosts?
It's I haven't seen the series because I don't care about ghost shit like that, but it's based loosely off of real people, Ed and Lorraine Warren, and they ghost hunters.
You keep saying you don't like ghosts and stuff like that. So is that extend to all ghosts? Like the Ring kind of ghosts and stuff too? Or is it just ghosts?
I don't like the modern horror ghosts in the sense of like they don't. It's not that there's not that they're not scary. Like the atmosphere they build for those movies are fun and great, and the tension's great. It's just that like after a certain bit of it, like hey, ghost, do something. Don't just stand there being menacing.
Well,
Don't
that's why I'm curious.
be
I
spooky.
like I get the understanding, like the haunted house with just the ghost moving stuff around and
It's
stuff.
not fun.
I get that, but like with something like The Ring, which is also a ghost but has like a physical monster in front of
That I
you.
like because it's like demonic. So like
Okay.
and when I saw that, I was younger and I was like, oh god, the tape's not rewinding, and that's scary. It was scary. And seeing the girl crawl off the TV, that terrified me. That's scary shit. But like them just boo. Like,
Well,
oh,
I
okay.
think because of The Ring, and what was the other one that was like The Ring? There was
Not
another.
I was gonna say the black. Oh, the one in the house, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what's it called? The little kid that does
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. Anyway,
The Grudge. The Grudge.
The Grudge. That's what it was. The
Yes.
Grudge and The Ring, when they came over to America, because they're Japanese horror movies.
Exactly.
So we got, for a while there, we got a bunch of Japanese horror movie trend for a while. That's where all the ghosts is, because their myths and horror stuff is based
Yes.
around ghosts and yokai and stuff. So
And they're terrifying things.
yeah.
Whereas our ghosts are just like, ooh.
Yeah, but we
like-
don't. Our horror is more along the lines of monsters or slashers or.
And I do like that, but I also like I don't hate ghosts just to hate them. Because I see the potential in a ghost movie. Whereas like I like possessions and like I like demonic.
There's a
Shit.
difference between something like The Ring
Yeah.
and something like Paranormal Activity.
Oh, Paranormal Activity.
You know what I mean? Because Paranormal is just like, oh look, ghosts
Yeah.
that you can't see.
Yes. And I thought the same thing with the Conjuring and the Annabelle series and the Nun.
Well, the
They
Annabelle.
all just become like okay.
Isn't the Annabelle series the doll one though?
Yeah, but I think they all spun off from the Conjuring, if I believe.
Oh, okay.
Again, I haven't followed up the series, so I couldn't tell you where they came off from, but some of them have spun off from other things. And I think they all came from the Conjuring series.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
it's just like, oh, there's something in the corner of my eye kind of movie. Like, how fun can that be for some movies? But I get why people like them. I get it. I definitely get it. So I'm not judging on that. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched a horror movie since Scream, maybe.
Wow. No, that being said, there are some good ones out there.
I'm not saying there isn't,
Yeah.
but
There are some I do enjoy, but yeah. Horror.
I'm me, so
Yeah, exactly. We haven't reviewed a horror movie, have we?
no.
That's weird.
Yeah, we should probably get on that at some point.
We've reviewed musicals and coming of ages and Aliens, kind of horror-y to some people, I guess. That's more sci-fi.
Yeah, that's more of a sci-fi thriller than it is a horror movie.
How are we lacking on horror? Holy shit.
It's because you like to choose who's
Hey, you're choosing movies too, TJ.
hold on, I'll get to me in a moment. You like to choose art house crap, and I choose dark fantasy sci-fi stuff.
Weird. Yeah, for real. Like, all my picks were the art house shit with the terrible endings.
And then I chose Aliens, the Alien series, and then a bunch of dark fantasy stuff.
Because I like horror too, so that's very fascinating. We have not picked a horror movie. Huh. Weird. Okay, that's lacking right there. Number 22, The Smurfs 2 made $347. That's a lot of money for a shitty sequel.
Gargamel's gonna get you.
Yeah, Gargamel. Number 21, a movie called
Is Gargamel the bad guy or the cat?
The synopsis says Gargamel abducts them, so he's the bad guy. 'Cause that's a good question. That's a good question. What's the cat's name? I don't
remember it. I saw it all of a sudden. I just remember the cat. Wait, maybe that was the cat's name.
I never watched the Smurfs, and I couldn't tell you at all who the cat's name was.
I seen the Smurfs when I was like 5.
Yeah. But this is the period when they were rebooting childhood shit because
Yeah, I know, because it's 80s nostalgia.
now they're doing video games. I wonder what's going to be after video games when they start rebooting. What's that stupid?
Azrael was the cat's name.
That's it.
I typed in what is Gar, and it came up what is Garmel's cat's name.
See, what are the odds of it knowing that's the question without like chiming in on us, right? Like, come on. There's no way I could guess that's the question.
I never typed anything about Smurfs into my search engine before.
Exactly. So you know it's listening to us and like, I got you guys to talk, whatever. Number 21 at $351 million. Now You See Me. It's a magician heist movie.
Like, I've heard the name before.
Yeah.
But that was about it.
It's not good. It's not good.
How can it not be good? It's a magician heist movie. Come on.
Sounds like it could be fun, but no. At number 20, I remember I think we talked about this last week, The Great Gatsby.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
that this week.
$353 million.
We went on a whole book tangent last
I
week.
remember. That's the box office. Longer than I expected. Back to you, TJ.
There's not really any behind the scenes stuff.
No.
Honestly, it's like one of those, since it's so new, like the writer was involved with it and stuff. Jeff John's still around writing today, and he's the author behind the thing. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. For some reason, this movie's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wait until we start reviewing it.
But yeah, that's it. There's nothing to really talk about behind the scenes.
Sweet. I guess trailers?
Yeah, I guess we can go into trailers. Honestly, there aren't any new trailers. There's a lot of the same trailers. You know, we got Man of Steel.
Boo.
Lego Batman. The only new trailer we got is Superman Unbound, and we covered that last week. So
was that last week? No, when did we review that?
No, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, wow. 3 weeks ago.
Whatever.
Wolverine, Man of Steel, Unbound.
It was within the last month. Are you ready to dive into this movie proper?
Sure.
All right, so let's start with the Flashpoint Paradox. So,
wait, the movie or the comic?
In general, the story and the comic and the history behind it. So, in 2011, DC rebooted decided they wanted to reboot the universe. Because this was originally supposed to be just a Flash story, and they adapted it into a reboot canon thing.
Okay.
So, which is why
do you know why?
Why what?
They rebooted it into a reboot canon thing?
They thought if they rebooted the DC universe, it would get new readers into it because they don't have 70 years of canonicity to deal with.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So they figured we started completely over. New readers could come in. They don't have to worry about catching up or anything like that. It was essentially the gist of it. Except they didn't do a complete reboot.
Of course.
They kept some elements. They didn't go full hardcore. We're starting over here because they wanted to keep certain elements of certain stories, and
you can't cherry pick shit when you're trying to reboot.
I know that's why the New 52 failed. That and 90% of their books was garbage.
So what you're saying right now is like that happened in 2011?
Yes.
James Gunn is doing this in 2023, 2024. So history might repeat itself in that aspect, and like the new DC universe might fail again.
It might, except I don't think.
Not James Gunn. James Gunn.
I don't know if the way James Gunn's tackle on it. It depends. Like, the problem with the New 52 was they didn't commit fully, which is your criticism, but the writing was also bad. Like, the books just weren't good. They not only did they like pick and choose what histories, but they just dug out some of, like, do you know who Hawk and Dove are?
Who?
Exactly. Like, they did a comic on them. They did a comic on Voodoo. Do you know who she is?
But see, that's the thing too, though. That's what James Gunn's doing with this. Like, let's pick this guys and these guys and these guys because it fits what I like. But like, no, bro, do other people that people like. You know what I'm like? Which I get because Marvel did it with Iron Man and shit, so I get it. Although Marvel did it because that's all they had movie rights wise. So like, what you're saying to me right now is scaring me with the new DCEU.
But like, this is what the difference is. Like, James Gunn has a slate of 10 movies or something like that.
Nothing is selling me though. Like nothing's
five movies and 5 TV shows or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
But you know, if Superman comes out and it's terrible, there's chance are that they'll just throw James Gunn to the side and we'll start over again.
It's not good. That's not good.
But with the New 52 is they brought out 50 new comics.
Yeah.
To start over. That's why, or 52 new comics. That's why it was called a New 52. 252 comics starting at number 1, Superman number 1, Detective Comics number 1, which pissed off a lot of people because they ruined the number for Detective Comics. It was up to 700 and something, and they started back over at 1.
Holy shit.
So then when they rebooted the universe again, because the New 52 had failed, they redid the number and now it's back up over to 1,000.
That's lame, but wow.
Yeah, so, but the New 52, I don't know. Like, I'm optimistically hopeful for James Gunn stuff because I like the stories that he chose, that he's choosing to go, because I know what he's trying to go for.
Yeah.
And they're good stories.
I'm pessimistic, that's all. I'm very wary and pessimistic. Like, I don't know, we'll see. I hope Again, like I said last time, I hope good shit happens out of it, but
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
not
see.
sold.
I don't know. It's a wait and see thing with that. But with the
Yeah.
New 52, we know we've waited and we saw. So, and it was terrible.
That's sad.
Anyway, so the New 52 came and failed, and this story is what canceled out the old continuity, put the new continuity. So what happens in the New 52 is, which again they ruined it because everything that started in the New 52 is 5 years into everyone's history. So Superman's been around for 5 years. Flash has been around for 5 years. That's still tenacity that is still there, picking and choosing what you want regardless, but you still have 5 years. You're not really starting over. You know what I mean? And what's even more egregious is because Batman's history was so longer, they pushed his canonicity up to 10 years.
Wow.
So Batman's been around 10, everyone else has been around for 5, which kind of ruins the fact that Superman's supposed to be the first superhero.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, what are you doing here? It was just garbage, with the exception of, from everything that I read, the Batman stuff was actually pretty good, the Batman storyline.
Well, it's Batman.
Yeah, there were some good books here and there, like, I like the Batgirl run and stuff, but, like, most of it was just trash. Anyway, so I bring all that up is because I actually, when in 2016, the Flashpoint Paradox was the first DC comic that I read to get back into DC Comics. So I read every book from Flashpoint Paradox 4.
Okay.
So, like, this is, like, the first one, my experience diving into new DC and stuff like that, because I had stopped reading comics for a long time before I got back into it. So, I have a lot of history with this comic, is what I'm saying.
A lot of history with this comic.
Yes. So, like, I read it, I want to say, when was 2016? 8 years ago at this point? Something like that.
Okay.
And then I reread it, and then I reread it this week for this podcast. So, yeah. Anyway, that leads us into this movie, Flashpoint Paradox, Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, so to speak. So let's start with the opening here, because this opening, not in the comics.
Oh, the whole
Rogue and Flash fight in the beginning of this movie is not in the comics.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah, Flash and them attacking the Flash Museum.
Sorry, I got a question. The runtime of the movie. What's the runtime of the movie?
Oh, I didn't say that, did I?
I wasn't paying attention to that part probably, so I don't know. Because on IMDb, it says like 1:15 or something, an hour 15 or something, right?
I got an hour 21.
So did I. Okay, cool. Let's make sure we have the same runtime. That's all.
Yeah, I had an hour 21.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so this opening where Reverse Flash hires the Rogues to attack the Flash Museum, and then he threatens to blow them up, was just an excuse to put the Justice League in it. So they can say, hey, this is Justice League.
Yeah. It felt ham-fisted. Ham-fisted?
Yeah, I mean, I get it's a movie, so you kind of have to set up things, but not really, because the comic just jumped right into it. When the comic started, Barry woke up in the alternate reality. So, I don't know, it's just, they added some things here and there. They actually added characters and extended scenes in this movie, and they cut other characters and stuff from this movie.
So in the book, he just wakes up in alternate reality.
Yes, and well, you get that flashback with his mom at the car.
He just wakes
starts
up
there, and then he wakes up, he's in the alternate reality, yes.
I like that they showed us that he went and changed the time.
What do you mean?
Don't they show that? Or they just say that?
Not in the beginning.
That's what I thought. Okay, thank God. I thought I missed something. Wait a second. Did I miss that?
No, they just showed that. No, the opening scene after the
first thing to show is him and his mom flashback. And then the whole...
Yeah, they showed a flashback with him and his mom broke down on the side of the road. They showed that in the comics, and then they show him waking up in his office in the alternate reality.
No. What I got was flashback, him and his mom broke on the side of the road, yeah. And then his mom dies.
I have to skip through... Oh, right.
Yeah, mom dies. She's talking to some girl. I guess this is the girl. That's his female, Lois Lane.
That's Iris West, yes.
Yeah. Then they have the fight, and then...
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't... Well, like, I skipped over it because that was in the beginning. Him talking about his mom in the beginning.
Yeah. Did they have that in the comic?
No, what they have is just the flashback of him with the mom at the car when he's a kid.
Okay.
And then he wakes up from that dream, essentially, in the alternate paradox.
I think... they should have just showed, for either one, comic or this, they should have showed him trying to change timeline. I think I'd rather seen that in the beginning. Instead of just like...
Why?
Because I think opening up an alternate timeline is just too jarring.
Well, that's the kind of the point. You think the Reverse Flash is the bad guy, he changed history and stuff like that. And now Barry's there to try and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, but I think that's such a pivotal thing of him changing the past. like hold that from the viewer or reader or consumer until 2/3 into the movie. It's like, oh, I tried changing the thing to say my mom. Oh, that's why we're doing this bullshit. I think that like holding that key element to that part to later in the movie is like bad writing because it's such a major part of his story. Oh yeah, I did the thing that they do. Like, oh, that's why we're doing this.
This story is a mystery essentially, and his own memories are not what they should be at this point, and it's him trying to figure out why he's here, why past change and stuff. It's supposed to be him learning the lesson to not go back and change things and stuff like that.
I know, but I think. Beginning or end of that, I think no matter when that, I think that's just as important to have that in the beginning. The whole I changed it here. I fucked up.
Then there wouldn't really be a story.
Why not?
Because then he wakes up, he says, "Oh no, I fucked up. Everything's bad." I run forward and stop myself from doing it.
No, you could do that, but I'm saying like you also have the Reverse Flash stop shit like that by. You can't catch me because I'm doing the Speed Force siphoning bullshit.
And then it's just a Flash, but then it's just a Flash chasing through the entire movie after Reverse Flash with no real motivation.
The motivation is, he gets stopped halfway through the chase because this whole storyline's going on, and he's getting sidetracked, and like, fuck, I have to get back to the Flash, shit like that. While the Flash is hiding now, Reverse Flash is hiding now. So
no, I didn't have a problem with the reveal and stuff like that. I have different problems.
Yeah, I just thought it was just like I get why they did it. Like you said, it makes sense, but I just feel like it's bad. That's all.
Well, I think the story is bad in general because it's fucking time travel. None of it makes sense.
Yeah, that time travel. It's time travel / alternate dimension.
There's already a problem with the story because originally Barry's parents were alive, and then the Reverse Flash went back in time and killed his parents. Why didn't that create the Flashpoint Paradox?
Right.
So, and now he goes back and changes it, and he screws it up, and now we got this reality. But the other reality seems just as close to this reality. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that should have, I guess, caused the Flashpoint. Or maybe him doing that made the timeline we have proper, I guess. So that makes, again, time travel. No, it's all convoluted bullshit.
Yeah, it's like the first time he did it, they didn't do anything about it. They just kind of let it go. And now this time, it's so bad, I guess we got to go change it again. It's just bullcrap.
It's ridiculously stupid.
That's my problem with it. The reveal of when he didn't do it is, whatever.
With this being time travel, this movie can end up only so many ways then, right?
Well, yeah, obviously this is just another one of those time travel movies where, okay, this is really bad. Oh, I wonder how it's going to be end or fixed here. Oh, It goes back to the status quo. Except it doesn't. Well, except it doesn't, because now we just broke 70 years of canonicity here.
Yeah, and then what we just saw was pointless. It's like, okay, it's entertainment value, sure, like what if, but like,
to be fair, on that note, years later, when they rebooted it again and stuff, they did bring that universe, but that universe is Thomas Wayne into our reality and stuff, so some of that stuff's still happening.
Yeah, cool, I guess, but...
So it's not completely pointless, but at the time it was pointless because it took, 10 years to get to that point.
And it only got to that point because they botched the whole thing anyways. If they didn't botch it, they wouldn't have gone back. So
right, exactly. And
that's not good.
And they only kind of did it because, hey, Thomas Wayne as Batman is cool. We should bring him back.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
so,
time travel, lame.
Yeah, it's garbage. None of it makes any sense.
Yeah. And okay, I'll say this right now. I told TJ off mic I hate this movie. I was lying. I highly enjoy this movie.
No, you do? Yeah, I thought you would.
Of course I enjoyed this movie, TJ. It's sort of bullshit. Like, yeah, kill people, shoot them in the faces. This is great. So I did enjoy the movie the first time I saw it. This time I saw it again, it's my second time seeing it. It's like, still holds up. I like it. So, yeah.
Oh, you've seen this before?
Yeah, I've seen this before.
Okay, I didn't. Yeah. This is my first time watching the movie.
Weird. It's great to me. But yeah, I do enjoy this movie.
Well,
I was still going to rip on it for being time travel.
I thought you would like this movie because there's a lot of gore and a lot of blood and stuff like that.
Yeah, but my complaint off mic was that, okay, they're just killing people to kill people for the sake of killing people because they know it doesn't matter.
Right. They get away. They're like, we're turning over. So essentially, if you don't know what the Flashpoint Paradox is, the Flash is really sad that his mom got killed for some reason after, I don't know, how long has she been dead now? 30 years at this point.
Now he wants to do something about it. Like, come on, bro.
To be fair, in the comics, I think he had just found out that the Reverse Flash killed her, and it
Oh,
wasn't,
okay.
and it wasn't just some random act of violence kind of thing. Like, so I think that's what the justification was in the comics.
Why does
But
the
then
Reverse Flash hate Barry Allen so much? Just because he's like his opposite? Like, why is he going out of his way to be
all
such
right.
an asshole to Barry Allen?
So, like, I had to actually look up why Reverse Flash killed Barry Allen's mom in the first place, and I didn't get a clear answer. But essentially, the Reverse Flash is from the future, okay?
Yes, he's got
From the
future tech.
25th century.
Yeah.
There's some bull crap thing like that. And he was a super fan of Barry Allen, essentially. He wanted to be a Flash and stuff, so he followed in his footsteps. But over time, they became enemies and stuff like that because, you know, hero worship leads to villains, blah, 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 something, 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 you know how that feels.
Exactly.
But eventually, what I read was Barry Allen left with Jay Garrick and some other person, and left. So I guess that took away the Speed Force, changed history or something, which meant that the Reverse Flash never gets the Speed Force and comes that, but he's trapped back in time, so he kills Barry Allen's mother, so that turns him into a Flash a different way, so that he could still become Reverse Flash in the future.
Okay, that makes some sense. I thought he was just killing her to kill her because how I can do Flash. Okay,
Like that's the explanation I took from it, but that's why he never kills Barry Allen, by the way. He's just there to torture him, because if he kills Barry Allen before he succeeds in becoming who he is and lives out his life as the Flash, he never becomes the Reverse Flash.
yeah.
So he's got to torture. The only thing he can do is really torture and make his life a miserable hell.
Like what? Like you have time travel. Like you could do anything else besides that, right?
Like what?
Whatever you want to do with time travel, you like time travel. Like you don't have to with one guy. Like,
Oh, he does do other thing with time travel, but
I hope so.
But I haven't read a lot of past Flash.
Yeah.
I've read all the new stuff past New 52 forward, but like I'm very limited on my knowledge past Flash, because I'm not a really big fan of Flash.
Yeah, I don't care.
And especially Barry Allen in general, because Barry Allen, actually, before like I want to say he came back in like 2010, but from like 1984, Crisis of Infinite Earths, he was dead. He got killed in Crisis of Infinite Earths, and Wally West took over from 1984 to like late 2000s before they rebooted everything, and Barry Allen became a thing again. So it's like I'll read you exactly the explanation. Why did Barry Allen Reverse Flash kill Barry Allen? He killed Barry Allen's mother because the future Barry Allen has run away with Henry Allen, which is his dad, and a young Barry. I don't know who young Barry is. And since Reverse Flash used up all of his Speed Force and was unable to return to his world at his time, he killed Nora, Flash's mom, so that it will set Barry into the path to becoming the Flash, therefore provided him the Speed Force.
But how would they give him the Speed Force?
Because it changes the future in which I guess Barry Allen does
But
not
he lives
become
in the past though, so how would he live in the?
But like because Barry Allen's future ran away with that, right? That means he doesn't do become what he's supposed to become, and that takes away the Speed Force from the Reverse Flash. But by killing his mother, it gives him motivations to find the killer and become a hero and become the Flash again, which gives him his Speed Force. It's convoluted time travel. That's all I can explain.
But how? Okay, but like he's still in the past. I guess it's because timeline's all what? No, what? Because time's bullshit. Like what?
Right, because he's actually a time paradox at that point. So that's like I couldn't really find an answer.
Like it kind of makes sense because time is not wherever the bullshit they want to go with. So it kind of
like I was explaining what the Flashpoint Paradox was, and I don't think I got to that point, did I?
I don't know.
Anyway, well, essentially, Barry's mad that his mother died, and then I went on that rant about him being older and stuff like that. And then, so he goes into the past, he stops Reverse Flash from killing his mom, which creates a paradox, the Flashpoint Paradox, which, how they explain it is, he changed one thing, but he did it in such a way it created, instead of a sonic boom, a time boom. Stupid. But which was enough to shift certain things just enough to give the reality that we're in here. And the reality that we got here just happens to be crap, because of course it is, because you can't have a better world that he created and to justify going and stopping it from happening.
Yeah.
So if imagine, if you will, if he went back, stopped Reverse Flash from killing his mom, and we come back and it's the world's at peace, it's a utopia, no one's hurt and stuff like that, then you wouldn't change it, would you?
Change what?
Change this new reality. If it was all good, fine, and dandy, and everything was perfect, would you change it?
Wait. If I go back in time and save my mom,
You're right. And then, the paradox that I created was a better world, would you go back and change it then?
I think it comes down to the individual. I think they would change it because they're selfish. Because time travel is a selfish thing.
No. What I'm saying is, he goes back and changes time. He saves his mother regardless.
Yes.
But instead of this garbage world that was created, he created a paradise world.
Yeah.
Does he go back in time and stop it then?
That's what I'm saying. I think he still would go back, kill, like, let his mom die. I think inevitably the guy's selfish. Because he's going back in time to fix his own problems instead of fixing the world's problems. So he's going back in time to fix his own problem, which then goes back and changes his current future, which he had for his current present. So whatever is the most selfish thing he could do, he would do that, I think.
Well, if the most selfish thing he was do, there's nothing threatening this new paradise world. His mom's alive.
He lost everything he used to know.
Yeah, but if he stays in this paradise world long enough, the memories shift to the memories he has in this world.
It depends on the person, I think. It depends on the person. Like, realistically, they wouldn't change it, but I just think time travel is a selfish thing.
They can't tell the opposite side of the story.
No, it has to go shit.
So it's like, it's garbage.
Yeah.
It would have actually been more interesting if he went the opposite way.
Why?
Because then you got a real dilemma: is Barry Allen a hero or not?
No, that would make him a hero still, wouldn't it? Because now he fixed the world's problems too.
No,
now
but
it's utopia. That's a good thing.
That's a dilemma, though. Is it right for him to go back and selfishly save and change the past there? This, even though it happens here, even if it affects negatively some other people.
I think since the world's becoming a utopia, it's because he's a superhero, take the law in his own hands. So, like, he's already doing a selfishly bad thing. So, for him to fix the world overall, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, but is it fixed? He pretty much violated everybody's thing.
That's perspective. If the world's never fixed for everybody.
I'm just saying it would be a much more interesting story.
I don't think so.
To tell than this story here, which is just
like this is edgelord bullshit on that. Like, I think the other way is too philosophical and like it's not entertainment visually. I guess it's more of like a sit down council. Did he do it? Was it right? Like,
well, at that point, it becomes a character piece.
But I still don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think there'd be no dilemma on that.
I didn't say there wouldn't be a dilemma. I think that's what the story would be. It would be the dilemma.
But what would he have issues with in that?
Well, if he's the hero that they portray him, the fact that he did this at all, this selfish thing, and ultimately changed everyone's future.
I don't think you have a problem with that. If he goes back in time, saves his mom, so now she's alive, which causes his present to become cancer's cured, world has universal health care, no poverty, everyone's happy and healthy and wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
What would he be like upset about?
Well, okay, so for instance, sure, all that's true, but maybe Superman doesn't make it to Earth and his spaceship blew up in the atmosphere and he's dead.
Or, how would Barry Allen know that?
He knows in the beginning, as stated here, before his memories get changed.
I think, this is how I would think, like, those small sacrifices for the world to be what it is now is what the heroes would want. So, like, I don't see why he'd be upset about any of that. He lost some friends, sure, but he's losing his memories too, so
but, like,
the world's better off.
Is it right to sacrifice those people who had this different path? It's that you forcibly changed. This isn't a natural thing that happened. That you did. This is a selfish act on your part, that you cost these people their happiness, their things. And maybe, like, for instance, you don't know this because they don't tell you in this. In this world, South America has been taken over by Nazis.
Yeah.
So maybe that there are still Nazis somewhere in the world, even though the rest of the world's still around.
I mean, there's Nazis in this world as we speak right now, TJ. So
I mean, like, no, literally, like Hitler Nazis running South America.
It depends. I don't know. I don't think it could have been interesting, I guess. But again, time travel is selfish. Like if someone just takes that and goes with time travel and does a time travel thing, they're a selfish person. So I don't know, TJ. I don't think I don't
know.
I don't know.
This feels lazy, is what I'm saying. It
It
feels
does.
it feels like an Elseworld story.
It feels like an Elseworld. It feels like it'd be cool if we saw these things happen and see these people die and see this kind of shit because we've always wanted to see it instead of like going further. Time travel sucks. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like it felt okay enough.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's a lot of garbage in here essentially, and it's rushed, way rushed in both the comic and here. Like the first 2 acts are just set up.
Yes.
And then the last act is a giant fight scene.
Yes, which is
and
the usual.
And the comic was 5 issues long.
Yeah.
With 4 comics were all set up. And like the last issue was a rushed last final battle.
Of course.
Like the final battle in this thing was super extended unnecessarily.
Yes.
But because it's a movie, they had to like because it's a movie, they had to tie up like loose ends, like Wonder Woman killing Aquaman and like the world exploded and stuff. I don't think that happened in the comics.
Which this has elements I like. I like the elements of the Wonder Woman Aquaman love hatred thing. I like the Batman
like
storyline.
Some of it's like it's cool.
Yes,
like,
I would have minded diving deep into that, but
on its own.
Yes.
But because it's in this story, none of it matters.
Yeah, but I think if you take that out of your mind, this hour and a half is like, it's a ride. It's a ride. I see, like, it also because, like, I think the MCU spoilers.
I also feel like they copped out on some things. Like, sure, they show, like, at the end of the movie, like, Wonder Woman takes on
Aquaman.
Shazam.
Oh, Shazam,
yeah. And then kills Billy Bastion.
Yeah.
The kid. But they do that off screen.
Yeah, you have to.
Like, they showed that in the comic. They showed her stabbing him, the child, through the chest.
They can't show that on TV, though. That's the thing. They cannot show that on movies. And
why?
Because it's this MPAA shit. That's why. At that point, it becomes like an X rating, and they can't do that. Or an R rating. This is still a kid's movie TJ, so they have to go PG-13 at best.
This is PG-13.
Yeah, they're not going R. They will not stab a kid in the chest on screen.
We've gotten way worse than PG-13 than a kid getting stabbed through the chest.
How? Like what?
I'll just point out Temple of Doom where that guy's melting.
That's Temple of Doom. That was 19 what, DJ?
80 something.
Yeah, and this is 2013, so they will not show a child get. I wanted to see. I had an issue of it too. Like, oh, they're going to do this. I thought it was badass. She killed him, but like, oh, she did it off screen. So I felt the same thing, but I was like, oh yeah, they're not going to show her beheading a kid or something. As great as that would be for me. I'm here for that. Trust me. But I was like, damn.
But like, then why? If you're not going to show it, why imply it at all?
It shows
why even have that? Why even have that scene in there?
Shows you how ruthless she is.
Yeah, but we already seen how ruthless she is. She decapitated Aquaman's wife and then used her crown as a taunt, essentially.
Yeah, but she didn't kill a kid until just now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't know who she's killed. They took over England. Who knows how many children she murdered?
And they said millions died. So I get that, but we didn't see her to kill a kid by her hand until just now, essentially.
I guess.
That's all I'm saying. Like, again, I would wish they could have capitalized and gone full, take the kid's head off and put it on a pike. Like, that's badass and terrible and dark. But, you know, movie ratings and shit. I was surprised there was blood in this, TJ.
It was full blown. They should have decapitated head.
I mean, they shot the guy in the fucking head.
Yeah.
Because he's a grown adult. He can't do that to a kid.
Yeah, I know.
That's all.
It's garbage.
I agree. The same reason you can't kill kids in Skyrim. Like, well, what's the fun of this?
Yeah, that's stupid too. Yeah. Anyway, so another thing I noticed, like, some of the exposition and dialogue is really bad in this.
You think so?
Explaining stuff. Yeah, like, the voice acting wasn't that great at certain points.
Huh.
Felt forced at points to me.
Well, yeah.
Maybe it's just the unnatural lines they have to read because they're taking it straight from a comic book.
That probably.
So that might have been the issue.
And it is hard to get exposition to do and do it right.
Right.
Again, I just generally liked. I wouldn't have mind, and I hate Batman. I would have loved to see this version of Batman and just follow that. I would have followed more of that, like him and his wife going down their paths after their child died. Would have loved to dive into that.
Well, they do have there's a side story that covers all that in the comics. Yeah, it's probably the best story out of it. She goes insane and becomes the Joker.
Yes.
And then she kidnaps Judge Dent, which is Harvey Dent. He's a judge in this. He kidnaps his twins, and one of them ends up dead. One of the twins. I don't know if she killed herself or if Joker killed her. I don't remember though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Yeah, no, that's what I like about it. Like, okay, it's just a different arc.
Yeah. But yeah, so essentially it's just Barry in this alternate reality trying to figure out why he's in this reality because he doesn't remember him going back in the past and doing it. And he doesn't have his powers, so in this reality, so he's got to become the Flash again in the most graphic and brutal way they can do it. So yeah, I don't know. And then he's dealing with this. I don't want to say apocalyptic world.
It's apocalyptic because it's on the verge of the apocalypse, doomsday world, or whatever you want to call it.
But that's for this movie. I don't think that bomb actually goes off in the comic.
Well, in the movie that we're reviewing.
Yeah, I know. So like, it's I don't want to say it's apocalyptic, but like I guess war torn.
War torn. That works, I guess.
Just not a pleasant world where Atlantis is at war with Themyscira, and Themyscira invaded and took over the UK for some reason. I don't know why.
Because reasons.
And then we touched on Diana. So Diana and Arthur, I guess, had a peace treaty between them and Themyscira, and then they slept with each other. Arthur's wife, who's Aquaman, Mira, walked in on him. She got mad, tried to assassinate Diana. Diana kicks her ass, decapitates her, takes her crown, wears it. Aquaman sees this as a taunt. She says it's a warning. War starts out between the two of them, and then I guess Themyscira takes over England. That's the story.
Yeah.
I don't. That's what I got from it anyway.
No, I think it's pretty much
And first, Aquaman and Wonder Woman seem a bit overpowered.
Oh, you think so?
A little bit.
Well, they're strong. How so?
I don't know. These just feel like maybe they're not overpowered. I guess
you have to remember, like, Superman's not here, so I guess they're the next strongest in line. Because Martian Manhunter's not here either. But like, she is opposing to Superman in general.
Well, yeah, but I didn't think she would have that many Amazons on their little island.
They do.
And I guess they both have armies, and I guess Aquaman can just drown worlds. That is a plot point.
Yeah.
In certain things. So
no, it makes sense.
I guess it does.
To a point. I mean, I guess, but also militaries have weapons, right? So
yeah,
it's like, I guess Aquaman caught them off guard and killed those people. And I guess she did. I don't know.
Anyway, so but here's another point, where I think it's just like, ooh, is it this cool? Like, Wonder Woman kills Steve Trevor, brutally.
Yes.
Which is her love interest from the main continuity.
Yes. So
it's like, ooh, what happens if Wonder Woman kills Steve Trevor and sleeps with Aquaman?
Yes.
It's like,
what if Lex Luthor is not bad and he's trying to save the world?
Well, that's Lex Luthor's added just for this movie.
I know, but this movie felt so like, hey, remember these people? Now they have different motives and weird, right, guys? It's like, sure, I guess.
You know what's weird? That whole scene with Deathstroke is only 2 panels long in the comics.
Really?
That giant fight scene never happens. He comes across the water and he accidentally comes across Aquaman's water, and Aquaman shows up and kills them all.
Oh, really?
That's it. They added that whole scene.
Well, then, why have that though? Even in the comic, why have that?
They have it in the comic to show just how easily people are getting wiped out because
Well, it doesn't have to be Deathstroke. It could be anybody. Why does it have to be Deathstroke? If it's only 2 panels long.
It's not 2 panels, 2 pages. He's like a pirate and stuff in that one, and he accidentally shells into the wrong waters, and then he gets killed.
It's just too I know these guys. Here's their storylines.
Yeah,
that's all it is. That's why I don't like these kind of movies and stories. It's cool. I guess I wanted to see that, but not really. I rather see more of this Batman fighting his Joker wife shit.
So. And just a little side note, if you don't know, the ship that Deathstroke has is called the Ravager. That's the name of his daughter's superhero identity. So,
that's cute.
And then the flashbacks explain the war. For some reason, the Flash is when he gets struck by lightning to get his powers back, and has got 30-degree burns over his body. That's a plot point in this. He has a dream about different flashbacks, he's absorbed a memory. Where in the comic, Batman just explained this to him for articles. This felt forced.
Yeah.
It's he sees, Bruce getting killed instead of Thomas and Martha, and then Martha splattering Bruce's blood over her mouth and her becoming the Joker, essentially. They show the Aquaman thing like that, and then they show, instead of Clark crashing with the his pod in front of the Kents, he actually crashes into Metropolis, destroying the city, and then government comes in and captures him, essentially. And he never becomes Superman.
Sad. So sad. So how's this movie wrap up?
I'm just trying to see what my last little bit of notes are. Can't read that to save my life. Thomas Shush Base Bonjour Deet. That's what I got.
Well, shoots someone. Oh, he shoots the guy in the face.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You translated that well there.
Oh, I know. And it caught me off guard. Like, oh my god, he shot him right in the face. Forgot that scene happened.
Yeah, he tries to shoot. I guess I was just mentioning how bloody this movie is.
Yeah.
And then I wrote Thomas's explanation something. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
No.
So, yeah. We just get a lot of setup for the first 2/3 of this movie, explaining what this world is and everything up, and then it ends up in a giant battle where everyone's fighting, and none of it matters.
Not because they're all dying, but it doesn't matter. It's time travel.
Everybody's getting murdered left and right here and there, and then meanwhile the Reverse Flash,
which is like, why can't they do that in a normal comic, right? Why can't they just kill people? Because I know you want to keep the comic going, but if it's this easy to kill someone,
the Reverse Flash reveals himself to Lois Lane in this movie. He doesn't do that in the comic.
Yeah.
I thought that was a weird addition.
Well, how's it get caught in the comic?
He doesn't. He just shows up to the end, says, look what you've done, Barry, as a surprise.
See, this is why the Reverse Flash seems lame. Like, he's intentionally doing this because, like, why intentionally, like, taunt and get caught? It's stupid.
Well, he actually comes, I don't remember if they say it in the movie, but in the comic, he shows up and starts to kill the Flash. He says because the Flash went back and did this and created a paradox, essentially turning Reverse Flash into a paradox outside of time, because he was in the Speed Force when he reversed time, changed everything, so now he exists outside of time, so now he's allowed to kill the Flash and still exists. So he's going to murder Barry in this.
What a weird hatred for Barry. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
And then Thomas kills the Reverse Flash, and then Barry's like, okay, I gotta stop this world from happening. He runs into the past, stops himself from saving his mom, and then everything reverts back to, well, everything turns into the New 52 continuity.
Okay.
The end. Oh, and then back in the New 52 continuity, the Flash is talking to Batman Bruce Wayne, and because I don't know if I actually mentioned, Thomas Wayne is Batman, and
I guess we didn't say that, did we?
No, Thomas Wayne is his dad survived and he became Batman and stuff like that. So, but Thomas Wayne gives Barry a letter to give to Bruce, which I guess transfers through realities.
I thought the same thing. Like, how's this? Whatever. It's like, sure, let's get the emotions flowing. Why not?
So he gives his letter, and hey, Bruce got a gift from his dad after all this time, saying something. We don't actually see the letter.
Which I do appreciate that.
And then the movie ends. We got a new continuity.
Bruce cries a little bit.
He thanks Barry for the gift. Yeah,
I thought the moment was great. I'm like, damn, that's a good moment right there.
It is a good moment.
It's like, shit, it got me in my feelings. Like, god damn it. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, it was a good movement that, he finally got something from his dad and so forth and so
That's really nice. That's a very powerful, like, damn.
And then Barry also has all the memories. He got to live with his mother from that other reality. He gets to keep those too.
Yeah, so it's like a happy ending.
So that we get a kind of happy ending. We just had to destroy 80 years of continuity to get it.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a good trade-off.
Is it?
Apparently not, because they had them cancel it. But so the movie ends with that, and then we get an after credit scene of the parademons arriving from Apocalypse, which is going to lead into the next animated movie.
After credit scene?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
At the end of the credits, there's an
after
credit scene.
There's an after credit sequence. Oh, it's the parademons.
The parademons, yeah, that's setting up the next movie, which is Justice League War.
Oh,
so
no.
This is also the start of the new animated universe that we're going to get. Everything should be connected from here on out.
Hey, nice.
And I've been told that they're good, but I haven't seen any of them. And I've been told everything before this was supposed to be good, and it wasn't.
We've been
In fact, there were some really terrible ones in there that I wasn't expecting to be as bad.
There are like a handful of good ones, though.
There's a few here and there, but hopefully these ones live up to their, reputation, unlike the other ones.
I don't think they will, but we'll see. What'd you think of this, DJ?
It's hard because I have to judge it objectively as a movie and as a story in itself, but its impact as a story on what it did to the DC universe really hurt it for a long time to come.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, as a movie, it was fine. Like, there were some good moments. A lot of moments that didn't make sense. So, I think I ended up, like we get Hal Jordan in it, and he's just seen for one scene, and then he's murdered off
Yeah. It's like,
screen.
what's that about? Like, why
Like, they did
have these
that in the
characters?
They did that in the comic, too. He's gets murdered off screen, and we see that he's dead on the news. It's like, oh.
Stupid. That's what it's. I hate that.
Oh, and another change they did it like when we brought up the Hal Jordan scene. They show Abin Sur had crashed on Earth,
Yeah.
and I guess he's dead and frozen in this version. But
It's like you're
And
just
the
killing characters to kill. It's just stupid.
in the comic, he actually is alive and actually introduced the world to the Green Lantern Corps. So I don't know why they changed that. Also, I didn't bring up Superman. He was like trapped in an underground bunker, stuck with red
Lights.
red sunlight. For I don't know how they knew that red sunlight was going to make him weak or whatever. But they also mentioned that 2 other pods landed on Earth, 2 from Krypton in the comics. They showed a dog skeleton in the movie. That's supposed to be Crypto.
Ew.
And I guess they have Supergirl just locked up somewhere.
God.
Because
So dumb.
because they don't even mention her, but they said there's 3 pods, but we only see what happened to Crypto. Also, when Cyborg's taken Thomas Wayne, Batman, and Flash to Superman's cell, they show like these mutated mutants and like test tubes, and I don't know what that's about because that wasn't in the comic. So
It's just,
also Superman, when Superman gets out, he gets the sun, he gets his powers awfully quickly. When in the continuity, he usually takes a little while to develop powers, and then he doesn't control them. So actually, you know what's funny?
what?
Superman loses control of his powers and accidentally kills a few people here.
Yeah.
They should have did that in Man of Steel. That would have solved a lot of problems.
Well, the thing is, I had questions with this because he loses control of his powers because he's freshly absorbing the sun for the first time in 30 years. So I'm thinking the sun gives him powers because that's what he grew up with, right?
Yes.
He didn't grow up with that here. He only grew up with that test tube. So, like, would he even have powers?
Well, he didn't grow up in a test tube. He landed from there, and they kept him in that
but like he
environment.
never was outside once besides the first crash landing.
He would eventually develop powers, sure, but he wouldn't get them instantaneously, I don't think.
I guess. I don't know.
Like, his DNA would absorb the sun rays and he would get powers. That's just how it works.
Just not as quickly.
It would just, like, even when he was a kid, it took him until he was like a toddler to start developing powers.
Yeah, so him doing it as quickly, yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay.
Right. It's a little ridiculous. But, like, they could have justified something like that. Maybe not. He discovers his heat vision or something during that, and then maybe he accidentally kills Zod. That would have saved the Man of Steel killing thing.
I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this movie, it's a movie.
It's a movie. Yeah, it's not my favorite.
No, but I equal parts liked and hate the what if side of this movie. Like I mostly like the Batman thing, shockingly enough. That's the one thing I like the most. Everything else is like, whatever, sure.
Yeah, the Thomas Wayne stuff is intriguing and stuff like that, to see what a father would do if he lost his child compared to what a son would do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What'd you get? What'd you rate in this thing?
I think I'm at a generous 5.
Oh, that's shocking.
Yeah, I think I'm at a generous 5.
I'd give this a thing of 6. It's entertaining enough. I would definitely go back and pop it on in the background and just look at it for fight scenes and shit.
Yeah, but like I said, like a generous objective 5, I think it would be. But if I had to judge it based on what it did, I think it'd be probably a 3.
Oh, so 5 and 3 is what, 8? So it's a 4 for you out of 10, I guess, huh? Averagely,
yeah. I mean, like, just its impact really destroyed comics for a while.
Yeah, that's sad.
But that's not this movie.
No.
That's the story
Exactly.
in general.
But the movie itself is a 5. It's like, it's a movie.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's Flashpoint Paradox.
Yeah, it's Flashpoint. Can't think of anything to say.